Hello and welcome to episode 53 of Mo Money, the investing and economics show for millennials by a millennial, where our goal is to educate, entertain, and empower a new generation of investors. I am, of course, the greatest hostess, and you knows this, who is MC Mo is. Now, let me ask you a very serious question. You broke as fuck? Are you drowning in student loan and credit card debt? Are you working a job, maybe even two, and it's still not enough to pay dues? Is being a broke a joke that you don't find funny? Shout out to Wong Tunes. This millennial generation is the first in forever to be worse off financially than their parents. You know when your parents say annoying, condescending bullshit like,
I was your age, I was buying my own home, I was having kids, I was...
Insert some shit you can't even fathom being able to financially afford. And you just want to look them in the eyes and say, well, I hope you saved up all that money, because when you're old and decrepit, you can pay for the fucking nursing home, because I sure as shit am not going to pay for it. But you bite your tongue and you don't say that because you may still be a little bit financially dependent on them in some way or another. You can't even tweet it either just to blow off some steam because your parents fucking follow you on Twitter and you're just like, just makes me want to scream. Whew. Now, anyways, according to a research by a millennial advocacy group, Young Invincibles, millennials earn roughly 20% less than baby boomers did at this stage in their lives. Millennials are earning on average around $40,000 compared with $51,000 in 1989. Average net worth of millennials is $11,000. Baby boomers were averaging net worths of $25,000. Since 2000, average yearly wage growth has dropped from 5% for new graduates to 2.8 to 3%. Since 1989, student loan debt has quadrupled from an average of $10,000 to almost $40,000 today, and that number is growing every year. So lower average income, lower net worths, lower wage growth, more debt. Not exactly a recipe for financial freedom and prosperity for a generation who entered adulthood during the worst financial crisis of most people's lives. So this week we are going to discuss the problem of wage growth and why millennials are having trouble accruing a sizable net worth. And to be fair, wage growth is a problem for more than millennials, but it's a larger problem for millennials. So if you're all scarlet and whiny,
Yeah, I have financial problems too. What shall I do?
In the words of Rhett Butler, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. The unemployment rate for working millennials 25 to 35 is around 5%, and new grad wage growth since 2007 is up 6%, not adjusted for inflation. On economic theory, when full employment is reached, which is around 4 to 5%, employers will have a tougher time finding workers, so they'll be forced to raise wages. But the thing is, we haven't exactly seen that at the pace that most people would expect or would, like. One of the first things that is causing this problems are the types of jobs. This is one of the problems for millennial wage growth, the types of jobs that are being created. Now, we all know what a fantastic job Obama did creating jobs during his presidency. He lowered unemployment from 10 to 5%, a very impressive feat. The problem is the jobs created and obtained by millennials were mostly service jobs, retail, hospitality, stuff like that. All of these low-paying jobs were the first to go when the crisis struck. Those who were unemployed for a while and those who are just now entering or re-entering the job market don't have the ability to demand higher wages. These are not generally prosperity jobs. You never hear a story about the beautiful family in the nice house in the suburbs with the 2 kids where the mom was a full-time waitress and the dad was a full-time bartender. Manufacturing jobs and other true wealth-creating careers with longevity simply have not manifested for millennials since the crisis. Second, globalization. This word always makes everybody feel some type of way. But it's undisputable that companies have been outsourcing jobs to other countries in search of workers who will accept more competitive wages, aka pretty much work for shit. Although this is not always the case, some are outsourcing good jobs in search of more talented labor. The point here is that globalization has taken the job market to an international level. Americans are no longer competing with just other Americans for jobs. They are competing with China, India, Europe, Africa, pretty much the whole world. One of the third possible causes is technology. This usually goes hand in hand with globalization as a cause for the loss of good-paying jobs in America. And obviously, it's not just a millennial problem. Technology happens. We can't stop it, nor should we seek to. The typewriter companies have been wiped out. Milkmen are extinct. Taxi drivers will soon be on their way out as well. The problem seems to be that the speed with which technology wipes out jobs is outpacing market's ability to readjust labor to new productive jobs. Which brings us to the fourth reason, which kind of Brings us back to the first reason, which is types of jobs. Labor skills. The skilled labor jobs companies are asking for may not be easily found in the pool of millennials, specifically things like technology. This causes some companies to search for applicants from other countries who possess these skills, which brings us back to the second reason of globalization. We're the most educated generation in history, yet our education is lagging in terms of real-world jobs. Now you see how these things are all interconnected into one big perfect storm of suck for our struggling generation. Add in a few other possible causes like market concentration by large companies, which is another problem, companies choosing to invest in the workers that they already have, decline of unions, and lack of productivity growth leading employers to say they're paid about what they're worth. All these things spell trouble for the millennial labor market, and it's hard to find an easy solution to fixing it. You can't simply force companies to pay their workers more. Workers must demand more pay from their employers. At the same time, the employees must prove their worth and productivity before a raise of wage could be justified. Employers can sometimes automate or outsource the labor, leaving employees stuck in the position of, well, a job is better than no job. I am no PhD economist. I don't have the answers of how to fix low wage growth in the United States. I am just an observer, and this is my observation. Burdened under piles of student loan debt, if jobs are not created for millennials that pay a good wage, we'll be stuck paying those debts for decades. This will put a pause on things like buying homes, getting married, buying new cars, having families, starting businesses, and eventually retiring. With a portion of every paycheck going to hundreds of dollars in student loan repayments, it's nearly impossible to build a net worth, to build any real savings. Like I said in the last episode, millennial savings are almost non-existent. We have lowered unemployment to an awesome level. Millennials are entering the workforce now, but the problem of small wage growth on already small salaries is the big problem, causing all the other problems that you see in the bullshit articles being written about. Millennials are ruining homeownership. Millennials are ruining hotels. Millennials are ruining the auto industry. Like, yeah, fuck stick, because we don't have any fucking money, you moron. Have a productive economy, you have to have people with money. Having workers who live in small apartments and only pay back banks who own their student loan debt is only going to benefit like a few people, if any at all. Wish I had some great idea to rally everyone behind, like, this is how we're going to make it better, but I don't have one. Can tell you that the fight for 15 is definitely not going to make it better, but that's about it. All I can say is keep working hard, learning new things, increasing your value in the job market, and your wage will eventually increase. Don't get complacent. Don't say, I got this awesome job. I'm good. I'm set for 30 years. Because that job could be gone in 5 years. Stay competitive. Stay hungry. Thank you so much for watching another episode. You can find new and classic episodes of Mo Money right here on YouTube. For now, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Like me on Facebook. Check out themomoneyshow.com.
Mo Money. Sunny
I've been hustling all day, this away, that away, through canals and alleyways, just to say, money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel.